Right. Here I go again. However that song goes. Such a beautiful light. Just my cup of tea right there. I love lighting conditions like that. It's beautiful. I do them all the time in my sketchbook. They're classic in my mind. Let's see if I actually have an example. Kind of. Almost. But it's the similar kind of approach, like this kind of shadow across type thing. I love these kind of light setups. Hi Slumpen. How's it going? Hur är läget? Hi Wanamir. How's it going? So today's Study Monday. Oh yet. I really like this reference. So low key. Ah, it's beautiful. Gonna be good. Waiting for your tablet. Oh yeah, that's right. You bought one. Which one did you end up buying? How big? 18, 16, 19 inch, 20? I'm good. 16-inch Pro. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to be more like that. With a stand. That's pretty cool. How are you going to set it up? Amir had swing arm, right? Are you going to use a swing arm or like a foot, like on the Cintiq? Hopefully you'll venture into new territories. Hey Zelin, how's it going? And as per usual, whoever want to join in, you just need to do that. You'll have it in front of your current monitors. Does the URL work? It works. Great. That is good. That's right, Zelin. Study Monday. Get it. Let's see here. Receive Study Monday. All right. Time is up, or it's time rather. 30 minutes starts now. So my goal is gonna be to capture the kind of radiance. I'm really intrigued, and I find the glow really beautiful. I want to try to capture that. This is going to be the brightest point at the same time as the gray there, just so as a visual kind of reminder. I shouldn't go brighter. So the rest is just going to be this low value. Man, so did you all see the final results? The results of the finals for the Unreal Bjorn. How crazy wasn't that? Congratulations again to all the winners. Hey, Dr. Sheldon, how's it going? Miguel, hello. Hello, Miguel. 1 second, 1 second. Let's see, where was it that you did that? Yes, here. Do 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 do. Okay. There we go. Hey, Weeping Jay, how's it going? Miguel, Iglesias Miguel, you will forever be Unreal Bjorn number 3. That's a mighty, mighty effort. All hail Miguel. And just as a just to let you know, Miguel, please do. I will. I need your original resolution of your winning entry, so I can put it on my imprint and send a free print for you at the highest resolution. I'll pay for everything. Obviously, you'll just get it delivered. And look at that, Miguel. Now you have a VIP. Oh yeah. Because you are a finalist in the Unreal Bjorn, like a mouse. Like a mouse, like a mouse. So what I usually do, Miguel, I've given away prints before. What I do is they send me the source file. Well, actually, what happened before is I've given them a free print of my own art. But this time around, I'll just need your source file or like max resolution. I'll upload it to my imprint, which then allows me to order prints for myself, and I can define where to send them. Right, so I need your address and shipping address, but we can do all of those things over PM on Discord or email or whatever you want. But yeah, so after the print has been shipped and you receive it, I will of course take the print down and delete the source file. So it's it's all yours. But yeah, I'll because the reason why I want it in max resolution is that I can ask them for the biggest print. It's automated to some degree, so over PM I will tell you which resolutions are available based on the source file. Yeah, Miguel, please do. And that's for 1, 2, and 3. I will do that for 1, 2, and 3. And I'm gonna also give it a little bit of I'm gonna make it a poster with some text instead of just print, I was thinking, what do you all think actually for the winners 1, 2, and 3 is the winning image, and like a movie posters, there's text at the bottom and having like Unreal Bjorn 2, third place winner or second place winner or first place winner, and then all the names of all 102 artists, but they are being like grayed out except the winner or the second place, the third place, you know. So it's custom per print, but it's the same setup on all of them. I think that could be a cool thing. Reason being, when the thing is printed, who cares about the print in that sense? That sounded horrible, but my point being, only Miguel knows the story, right? Only Miguel knows, oh, it has an explanation to it. But if the text is there, there's a lot more, you know, cooler presentation in that sense. You know, like, oh shit, what's with all these 102? Why is, you know, did you kill all of these people? Type deal, you know. I think that could be pretty cool. And Imprint, as far as I know, do really good prints. So it's going to be a high quality print. Some of the people in the chat have they got Steampunk Star Wars of their choice. Sent to them. I haven't seen the quality in person of the prints from Imprint, but as far as I know, it's good quality prints. Man, it's such a beautiful reference. I want to spend more time on this. Capture all these lovely color nuances. It's beautiful. Oh shit. How's it being more over there? But yeah, but I think that will be a cool thing to do to give to the winners. I think that would be nice. Giving them a poster of their deeds. Zealin, you have one? That's cool. Hey, Moondog, how's it going? Nice of you to join in. SK Moondog. With his traditional ink game is strong. I think most people know who SK Moondog is because we've rated him multiple times, but if you don't know, he's a cool, mostly I'd say traditional art streamer, right? Oh, Zealin, the Forest Walker. Oh, cool. So according to you, Zealin, I had to look who wrote it. Rip. What do you think of the print? Is it a good print? I have no idea, and I am interested in it, in looking at, you know, how the quality is. I should really order one myself. Just so I know what the hell I'm sending to people. It looks great. That's good. Nice thick paper too. Oh, that's cool. Is it like poster quality? You know, like posters you can buy in a store, where it's like a glossy finish, or is it like I have no idea. It's not glossy, but it's like a clean, right? So it's good quality paper with not non-glossy. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Proportions are off. Shit. That's why I was struggling. All right, let's try to force it right. Better, not perfect. All right, so that's good. So, yeah, what do you have any suggestions on what we should try doing next? Should we all just go back to studying hero cards? Maybe something completely different? Or how about those who want to, we change hero card to Image graphics, how's it going? How about we change hero cards to more of mentoring, and those who want to push their Unreal Bjornament entry further to a more finished state, I could help. They could iterate them, you know, push them further, and I could say, yeah, that's good, that's bad. We could have a little bit for subscribers. They could do that, have that, you know. So for those who want to finish their Unreal Bjornament, their favorite Unreal Bjornament, we could do that. That would be a pretty cool idea, right? Or any other portfolio piece, obviously, instead of being having the hero card only function, you know. Hey, Lecrepy or Elecrepy Hypercell. Ah, backwards. Slumpin' boys, how's it going? Do you think gesture should be learned before anatomy? I think you should do both at different times. Because anatomy, you need to know anatomy in order to do gesture. And you need to do gesture in order to do anatomy. Correct. So it's both. Usually what I would say, usually what would be best is looking at gesture first, like general proportions in gesture. Step one. Combine that with anatomy, where you get an explanation of proportions, general rules of anatomy, but an artist can do beautiful work without knowing any like theoretical anatomy, not having any theoretical anatomy knowledge. And then, I mean, it's all down to how hardcore do you want to go with it, right? And how far do you want to, know anatomy, and then that will drastically change the scope of what you need to learn, right? But if you just want to draw humans, poses are way more important than anatomy. But in order to get really, really good poses, you really need to know anatomy a little bit better than nothing, But to start with, I'd say gestures, and supplement that with general basic anatomy rules, like, oh, your head size is far too big, and that's why your poses look weird. Rather than, here's the clavicle, it connects to the pectoral muscle, that no one has use for that, only the hardcore person, right? But as an amateur, you can go to life drawing and just having fun drawing poses without actually knowing anatomy, which fundamentally is what you want to do. Hey, Fjord, how's it going? Zeolin, all right. We keep hero cards then. The colors are pretty spot on. They're not really, but they're almost. Mine is lacking this vibrancy of red. Like there is some sort of glow to the reference, which I haven't managed to capture. At least not in 20 minutes. But nevertheless, I thoroughly enjoy looking at these colors and trying to capture the mood. It's a beautiful reference. I found it this morning. I was like, yes, there we go. My type of palette through and through. Loving it. I'm a sucker for warm tones. I think that's my go-to palette. Image graphics. Yeah, that's the problem. What a lot of people face, and that's a skill in itself. Slumpin' boys, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to be said about poses and posing things correctly. Like you can have really strong anatomy knowledge and shitty poses, and it will look bad. But you can have flawed anatomy knowledge and have fantastic poses, and those images will generally be better. So my recommendation would be supplement your knowledge with purely looking at poses. Like one way I learned posing is obviously, I mean, granted, I'm no like a pose master or known for my dynamic posing, but looking at dancers is really interesting, especially in real life, and then trying to capture their performance with drawings. And there was this there was a lot of talk about poses many years ago on the internet and what you should and shouldn't do. So I'm a little bit confused over who said what, I mean. But I know for a fact that Glenn Vilpul, one of my more favorite anatomy teachers, said exaggerate the pose and try to capture the pose, and the more knowledge you add to the pose afterwards, it's going to stiffen up. But it's really important that you capture it and exaggerate it, because if you don't exaggerate it and you add knowledge to an already stiff pose, it's going to be even stiffer, and it's going to lose all the life in the pose, right? So when I kind of learned that part, when I observed people in the real world, I tried to just capture the pose in a movement or in a line, or like a they say, like the if someone is running, you would try to like capture the motion of their running, like the driving lines that would like indicate the motion that they're doing. And the hardest part is capturing that kind of velocity, even though this drawing is shit. The hardest part is to try to kind of capture that motion that the running person has. And even if it's this scribble, if you manage to capture like the driving lines that goes through the body, that will indicate them running. As long as you capture that motion, you can later on go in and like, okay, so here's the shoulder, bicep, and make it all correct. View art, yeah, absolutely. Those things are great if you can't go in person, but you should really go in person for many reasons. But one of the biggest reasons is that humans have stereo vision, and looking at a human body through the lens of a camera is not the same. It's a 2D representation of a 3D form. So when you see it in real life, your brain will pick it up completely different, and you'll subconsciously move your head, and you're gonna see things differently than you see in a photo or in a movie. But it's better than nothing. But the best is always in real life, because we have stereo vision. Hey, narrator, how's it going? Fight milk, what's up? 3 minutes left. Oh. So that's a really good, for me, that's a really good practice when it comes to posing and how to do posing, especially like if you're gonna do an animal and so on. You look at which, I don't know what the specific word, like the technical terms is, but I call it like the leading shapes. In a animation, in Walt Disney's like 12 rules of animation, like if you throw a punch, the shape that leads is going to be straight, and then the shape that follows drag. You know, so in that term, you can define motion, you know, by adjusting this is an overhand right. You know, like what's the driving direction, like the driving line, you know, like the motion. Well, actually, he's more punching like that, smack. But you try to capture that, which is the main shapes that drive the pose. And then when you're looking at animals, you got to try to capture which parts are moving forward and which parts are dragging, and indicate those. Like a dog is very clear when it's running. The problem with animals, that there is a technical term I don't remember, but animals that don't lift the feet while running, or always have 2 points of contact. I think dogs don't have 2 points of contact. I think they always have 2. Chuk chuk, yeah, chuk chuk. But some animals always have 4 or 3 points of contact. I think there is a clear separation there, and I don't really remember the specifics, but it's something like that, and that's a little thing that can change a lot in the perception of a pose of a creature, and like the general perception of anatomy and believable posing is like feet placement. Are they lifting the feet or not? And even though the viewer don't know that consciously, subconsciously they've seen it a lot of times, and they do know what's right and wrong, but they can't put the finger on it, you know. So all these subtleties that when you're looking at posing, that needs to be there. And like the whole driving line thing that I talked about in posing, even if you're aware of that, you can more easily make a better pose, because you'll start thinking about, okay, what's the motion of the pose, which are the leading limbs or leading momentum of the pose, you know, where's the force moving, and so on and so forth. I don't know the technical terms, so it's my own made up words for those kind of things, but the principles are the same. You'll see them over and over. You know, a lot of other artists or people talk about things like that. Feel the form was one of them here in the chat. Okay, thumbs up. Action line, Miguel. Yeah, most likely. Sounds familiar. Of the reference view art? No, that's a photo by and it says this week's ref by Boa. It's a photograph, not a classic painting, but I did really enjoy the reference, hence why I picked it. It was a really nice classic style reference. So here I'll show you. Here are others from the photo shoot. I mean, they are all pretty, but I'd say this one I was contemplating, but in the end I went for this one because of the like classic color palette with the greens and the things like that. It's beautiful. It already, I know, Fjord, I know. That's why I picked it. It's beautiful. All right, I'd say I managed to maintain the goal of the goal I set out for myself, being capture the glow and maintaining the values not to go higher than the highlight on the knee. In terms of exact copy, it's far from, but again, that wasn't the purpose of the study. The study was to try to capture that beautiful glow that they had in the reference, and maintaining the value structure to some degree, which I think, like again, I think I pretty much got. It's not perfect by any means, but for half an hour, it's pretty okay. It does capture the mood. I did overwork a lot of areas, made it very blotchy, especially over here by the arm. I'm not happy with the arm area at all. That's why I keep touching it when I probably should just step away. But yeah, anyways, let's raid someone and then go about the daily business. Who is online? With Sozomika then add. Go away and not fan of what she's doing today. How about that? Looks pretty cool. All right, we're gonna roll. Squint test. Yeah, squint test is pretty good. Squint test, I'd say. I got pretty close, but resemblance, not that super tight. But the reference is beautiful. I do strongly recommend you have a play with it, have a go, and share on the forums. We're gonna raid Monori Rogue. She's doing early days of some cool illustration with motion pose, so I thought that would be a cool next step for us to go look at. Make sure you give her some love. Have a great day. Good night if you're that part of the world. See you tomorrow morning, and have a good one. Bye.